How's it going, guys? We got another game coming in today. Episode number 104, I think. Second episode of the day. It's going to be fun. Hopping into 10-minute pool. We're playing as Danilo Cultura. And he is from Czechoslovakia. What? Okay. I'm a little confused by how that's not Czechoslovakia. But it's alright. I guess that is Philippines. That is Philippines. And we are playing a Sicilian defense. You get two options. I'm just going to go ahead and castle here. And I'll be playing with c3, d4, getting a pretty big center. It's going to be awesome. No worries. We'll just keep that pawn all safe and sound. And it's looking great. We got a big center. Let's see what he does. He takes. Yeah, I'll take back for sure. Full show, full show. Okay. Nice move. I could play this. This is a slightly weaker pawn. I could play this. If let's see. I could also play like knight c3. I mean, the first thing I think is just pushing the pawn. I don't want to take here because after he takes back with this, I have an isolated pawn. He doesn't. It's all blocked nice and sound. Looks pretty nice for him, honestly. I don't like that. Playing knight c3. He could take. I take. He takes. Don't really like the look of that either. I don't want my rook in the middle just yet. I think I'm just going to go ahead and push. Can't be bad. Where does knight go? Okay. That's one of the possible moves for a knight. Definitely one of the moves of all time for this knight. Yeah, I can't say that I like that very much for him, but it is his choice at the end of the day. Let's see. What do we want to do now? Where's this knight even thinking of going? I mean, his knight probably, I guess, sitting here, which is all right-ish for him. This is a bit of a weaker pawn. We could start off with like queen c2. Good pressure on this, and he'll probably have to play something like this. Then after knight here, I guess he has just rook c8 and doesn't really do anything. He's got to develop this piece anyway, so I think just starting off with this move makes sense. Good start. You could pull a little something like this to himself. Which I don't know how I feel about, but I guess after that, let's say we just play something like bishop e3. Yeah, we'll always be fine like this. So I think this is fine. Even if he pins us, we should be all good. He is going there. Yeah, that's fair for him. Okay. Only thing I can think is like, yeah, he's going here. That doesn't seem that crazy. I think we could play something like this and just make it so that he can never push this because we'll just take. So yeah, I'll go ahead and start off with this. Okay. Knight is there. We can play queen d2 and maybe try to put the knight here. We'll just start off with the knight here too. The issue is this kind of move actually is he gets to play something like this, which forces us to make a move. Let's say he takes. I don't like that too much because now this is forced, but I guess this is coming anyways. Huh. So then, yeah, I don't want to give that up. I think I'm just gonna go ahead. Let's just go ahead and start off with this. I might not be making too much sense, honestly, but I think this is fine. What we have set up right now is fine. His pieces are moving. His pieces are moving. It's interesting. I think maybe just playing rook here. Lining it up for this. We could eventually play something like this. Put this rook knight on this amazing square. Yeah, I mean, we could play for this, for sure. That's one of our ideas, I think. I guess after this... No, but we just take still. I think this looks good. He could play something like queen here, but... No, he can't, because that just takes. I think I'll go with this. I think this looks nice, actually. Yeah, I think this is cool. It's going to be hard for him to kick out my piece as well. Looks good. He could go here, but I think I should just be able to play this move and I should be fine. Interesting move by him. I'm not sure what that's about. It might be time for us to move our focus, though. Maybe a move like this. Sorry, like this. I don't want him to come here, though, actually. No, but then I guess takes. If he takes, I take here. This knight has to go fix itself at some point, too. I think, let's start off with this, and then maybe I'll start pushing this, too. These are some ideas. He goes there. Interesting. Thinking of a move like this now, honestly. I just try to push this. If I go here, he plays this. We take. If he takes like this, we take. He takes. Maybe just queen here. I think this looks nice. Okay. Some movement on the board. Play this move. He is forced to go there. Maybe then we go here. And then we're just threatening something like just moving this out like this and takes here. That's the only move I see. I'll go here. We're threatening a lot of things, even just something like this, honestly. Okay, he goes there. But after something like this, if he takes here, I take this, and I'm attacking this too. And this. He has this move. Or maybe we play this first. He goes here, I give him a check like this. I'll do it this way. I think this makes sense. I'm not sure what he's trying to do here, though. Like, I don't know what the plan is with this. He goes there. I have check, and I can take here. That easy. Now, I mean, like, now there's just threats of this, and then I'm threatening to take here. And after something like this, I could just go here and probably win. As long as I don't blunder my rook, I think I'm fine. But, yeah, I'm not sure how it goes for him now. We are straight up winning. We are up material. I don't know. I mean, after something like this, I could probably just play rook here. Even load up on this square. Or come around like this. But he doesn't have a threat. This is also an idea, but I don't know. Maybe just keeping it on the backs should be fine, honestly. This, or we could just play this and try to keep this protected, because we could eventually move our queen away. This makes sense though, because we're setting up this um this thing called a discovery. Sorry. Oh, he took there. It's interesting. Oh, there's a pin. There was a pin. Missed it. It's all right. I actually missed that. That is true. If I take here, I would lose my queen, which is not great. We could do this move, but then, yeah, he has this. So he found something nice, actually. Could not take here, because then we'd lose this, actually, since this wasn't even much of a perpetual, or whatever I was saying. I'll play this move, and I think I should still be fine, because now I'm threatening mate. I think he has to take. If he takes like this, I just have mate. So he takes, I take. I want to come somewhere here, maybe. Like that, or I bring a rook around, and this actually might be better, because it's hard for him to kick me out. So maybe this is the next move. Depends on what he does, obviously. Right now, if I play something like this, he just has queen here, and that kind of protects everything, trades it off, right? And then I have to figure out how I want to play this, maybe just like this, or here, and go here and try to win this pawn. He goes there, which is interesting. Doesn't seem like a horrible move. I don't think. I could go here though. And I think that's the best thing that I can do. So I am just pinning his bishop. After something like this, I can still just take here, and then I'm threatening this. Am I not? I think I am. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and take here. And then this is a plan. Okay, decent move by him. Can just go back here. And I'm wanting to play something like this and just go here and take this. Because we have strong pieces. I'm gonna go here. We're threatening to just take here. He takes, check, block, and then I take mate. See what he finds. But it's gonna be tough for him to find something, unfortunately. This is a tough position. It really is. He finds this move, which is quite nice for him. We've got to move. I'm gonna go ahead and just play this so I don't blunder anything super dumb. He goes there. I'll go ahead and do this. And like this. We should be able to trade off our rooks. And we've got a minute left, so we gotta play quick. But he resigns. which is pretty good for us. He gives us a rematch. I'm not going to take the rematch, unfortunately, because I have to review this game first. We can't. I don't think we can do the game review today. Yep, can't unlimited game review is not there. We'll be doing it from scratch without the cool game review thing, but we still have the engine, so no worries. Anyways, this is all theory, I think. Yeah, castles is fine. C3, I'm pretty sure is fine. Oh, maybe here we're supposed to play this move, but after this, yeah, I mean, this is all fine. This is all, I feel like, normal still. It says D3, actually, which is interesting. That's an interesting pawn. But I like the way I played. We come with this center. We play E5, which is right. He goes back there, which is weird as heck. Could have gone there. After this, I mean, the only move I really saw was knight c3, but he takes, I take. There is this open b5, which is really interesting. This is just not really a weakness because he always is going to have the c5 move and just trade like that. But lots of openings here. Maybe I guess bishop a3 is nice for me. It just opens this up for me. It's an easy way to develop my bishop, especially because it's going to be hard to do anything like developing it here because these are all like tough squares. Not the greatest squares, but he didn't choose that. He went here, and I just still play knight c3. It says knight b to d2 is actually one of the moves, and actually maybe this would have been better to play. Maybe this is like our square, but I mean this is also fine, so I don't think it's that big of an issue. Or actually, maybe this is the idea here, coming here and then playing like h4, h5. That could have been a better. Maybe that's the idea. That makes sense. Yeah, I guess this is a thing too. But in this engine line, the knight still comes back on b3. So I don't know. But actually, I mean, this is like important stuff. Where does this knight go? It's really important because you need to know like what are like the good squares for this knight. And I think I was only maybe thinking about like c5 and just going straight like this. But c5 is a great square, but before that as well is this square. And maybe this is a nice square just because, yeah, you can go to c5. You can also go to a5 and maybe attack this weak pawn. Depends on what's going on here. If his bishop's here, from here you can go here and attack. Whoa, I just ruined so much stuff. But you could attack this bishop and this pawn too. Maybe that's an idea. Also, h3 is coming up, but I don't think h3 was much of an issue. I played this. This is all fine. He plays this move. I find queen d2, which is all right. It says rook c1 is a move. Knight a4 is already a move too. It's interesting. But I played this first. Found this rook c1 first move. He goes here, and I think knight a4 is just the best move. He goes there. It says knight g5 is a move, and knight g5 is really interesting because I guess it's about taking away his knight from protecting this square on c5. Right now, if I just go hop in immediately, he does have takes, and after rook takes, we're still ahead for sure, but maybe it's a little closer to equal than one might think. After something like this, though, we are forcing his knight to do something different. Move could be, I guess, c7, or yeah, to c7. I don't understand why you'd ever want to go here though. f8 just looks horrible. Going to c7 though, but after c7, it says knight f3 back, which I don't like at all because asks you to repeat moves and says it's recommending knight g5 again, which is just horrible. So I wouldn't want to play that. Maybe you just play something like knight c5, which makes so much more sense. Attacking this pawn too. If he does something interesting like this, you actually have e6, which is something that I was thinking about. This kind of move was always in my mind after something like f6. And greatest thing is that, well, if he just runs away from this piece, then I guess I have knight f7, and all of a sudden his queen is actually just trapped. Isn't that amazing? Chances are he takes here, but then I take here. This pawn is protected by this brilliant knight as well. And look at this pawn; it's amazing. Rook is forced to move over here. After this, I have this, and I'm threatening to take here too, and that would be even worse with my rook also protecting that. Also, I could also just play something like this and just try to do this fork too, but we would be straight up here. That's actually interesting. So that's pretty cool. Just going back though, I didn't find that move. I just went here immediately and let him trade. After something like this, I played b3. Makes sense. and I found rook e to c1. Or no, I didn't. I was looking at this, but I don't think I really saw anything, given that this was already protected by this bishop. So I didn't really get it, actually. Yeah, I didn't understand what exactly the point was here. Yeah, I just don't really understand what h3 does. Rook b to c, like these don't make move sense. But knight e1 is played, and it begs the question: well, where is this knight going? Maybe that's why you're moving the rook here. Because this knight has to come out. Because right now it's not doing too much. It's an okay square. I mean, yeah, there's some ideas here and here, but not really. Even this is not really doing anything. This is still not the greatest. When our rook is pushed up this much, it probably means that we're trying to do something on this side. So maybe we play on this side. So after something like this, bring the knight here. What are good squares for this knight? I see c5 still. So maybe if we go deep enough into this line, this knight comes over. You guys can just barely see it. It's still on the edge of your screen, but you can see that this knight would come over here. I'm gonna click it just real quick. Comes over here onto d3, and if we just keep going a little bit forward, oh, it's even finding moves like knight e5, knight e5, knight c5. Both are ideas that could happen. Like here on this in this line, knight c5 was played, but if he's taking, I guess the knight e5 is played, and this knight becomes much stronger than it really is over here. That's interesting. I played this way, which is not horrible, but it kind of just goes against like the idea of the game. And that we were already kind of putting this rook here, but maybe we just put this rook here to just keep this weak. I don't know, but we already were sort of committing to the queen side, and now all of a sudden we're switching over. He did make a mistake by just wasting a move. I don't know why he did that. There's no threat whatsoever. Even if I take and he takes back, like nothing happens. It says bishop g4 is a nice move. If I take, he takes back, and then like what? Nothing. It's just normal. But yeah, I would be playing knight g5 and trying to push here. That would be my plan. But that's why he brought his bishop out, because before I can even play e6, he's making sure that bishop comes out, and then he can just trade it away from my better minor piece. It's not that good though right now. He plays this, and apparently it is finding some very interesting attacking moves. Rook ec1 still is up there. Just simple way to play it on the queen side. The better moves that I do like are moves like h4 and queen f4. Queen f4, and I mean, the only thing I think is that, yeah, we're preparing this, and it's very hard to actually stop this from coming in. Queen a6 is being asked for. Queen c7. Let's just say he wastes a move by playing this. Now we do have e6, and if he just takes, then we have knight e5, and this knight is amazing. Knight is amazing, and we're threatening this. You can't just play something like that because we just take right here. Or actually, we just take with the queen, and then this make checkmate. Every move actually leads to checkmate in just two, which I'm actually a little confused about. I don't know how just taking here is checkmate in two. Oh, well, that's simple enough. We got rid of this f pawn too, so you can't play f6. So this is how you build up an attack. And if you just play something like f6, well, this bishop is actually hanging. So, I don't know, it's not even hanging. That's just wrong. But you just keep adding more pieces to the fire. g4 is actually maybe a more obvious idea. Just playing g4 and then getting here also makes sense. He plays g4 and he plays, well, yeah, he can't play the heater because I just take, so that's interesting. If he doesn't waste a move, he does play something like rook d8, which is apparently one of the better moves. Bishop g7, just trying to trade this off, but it doesn't really help anymore because we are pushing. We're definitely here. After bishop g7, you still play e6, I'm guessing. Never takes here. Yeah, you probably just take, and then this knight is strong, or this way. Probably this way. I like going here and having this check available too. Actually, this queen e5 check is better first. After he goes back, now I have this. What I'm thinking is after something like this, maybe he's thinking he has this move. After I go here, then this is okay-ish. Not great still, but it's better. So finding the queen check first. and then bringing my knight here and just taking this pawn would actually be the cleanest way of playing. This was not played though. I played this move, which is not very threatening. He has f6, but he doesn't find f6. Instead, he just adds to all these weaknesses with his dark squares. This is horrible. And then I'm going to bring my queen in. But after something like f6, it's a little bit more confusing. I think I would have played something like this, but after takes here, he takes, and then let's say if I take this piece, it's not that great. Oh, because he has this move too. Everything is opened up, and my knight is gone. That was a very strong piece. His bishop is finally awakened, and he's doing good. But that's why e6 sucks even more, because this bishop is going to be stuck forever and ever and ever. After this, it's just even worse. I find this move, but apparently knight takes h7 just immediately was more forcing, because after this, bishop f8 is straight winning, apparently. I'm attacking here, but if he just goes here, oh, I've checked here, he goes here, and I'm thinking about it. Why is this? Oh, wait, I'm dumb. This is not even the right move, actually. Best move is, yeah, queen takes f7. This is just a free pawn, and then it's checkmate right there. That's how I should have played it. Wow. I played here, which is slower, but not even the second or third or anything best move, because everything else kind of just like keeps the same threats. But I played here, and then I find knight takes h7, which is the best move after he takes. Then I do have bishop g5 check, and it's a much slower way of winning, but it is a winning way. I find all this. D takes e5 was actually the best move. I missed that after takes, this is not even a free piece, free queen, because my bishop still protects it. So I kind of threw it slightly back a little bit after this, and made it a little even, because now he's only down the exchange. I actually just dropped a full hanging bishop. This was just a hanging bishop. I didn't find it. What I was thinking, or yeah, he plays this. I go here, which I think is a great move. Take this free pawn. He goes there. Queen f6 back again. Threats are just like, yeah, I'm here to eat. He plays this move here, and if you just wasted a pawn move right here, then I just have takes here. He takes back, check here. Only one move left, and this would be mate right here. So that was the threat. And here he plays this, but it says rook 1 to c7. This is a little slow, but this is just me trying to be careful, because I was already down on time. I didn't want to, by any chance, just blunder something. But this would have just been the greatest move. After something that just like takes, I just take back. I'm still protecting all this. If he does go somewhere here, then oh, this is just mate. Exactly, this is a mate. So now his queen is stuck on this square. He doesn't have any way to really counterplay either. It says king g8 is an idea, but after king g8, maybe just this move again. And now he's going to be losing this piece. After something like this, you have to play h3, because if you just take immediately, you're getting mated. But this bishop is gone, because if it's really pinned, there's this right here. It says best move is g5, but after g5, I'm just straight up winning. And if, yeah, again, if he tries to move this bishop, he loses, and there's not really much else he can do. He can do this move, but queen d8, and now that bishop is definitely gone. Game just ended like right here, but after this, I just take. It's very simple. Take. This forces a trade. It forces a trade, and I mean, yeah, he basically has to take. The only really two moves he has. He has this, but then I can just take here. He takes here, and I just win the pawn like this. If he just plays this, which doesn't make any sense, I take. Bishop takes back. I go here, rook c7, and fork these two pieces, and I win the pawn, and I have two passers. It's amazing. Or you can do this, but after something like this, of course, just a5 just loses the pawn. Yeah, rook a7, and it says like this move. I could take, which because it's just a free pawn, or I could even just keep pushing because I'm just up winning. If he tries to do something like this, because the idea is like this and this, it's really easy to stop, because I just have a4 stopping this bishop from coming here, and then I just take this pawn very simply. But at this point, it's just very easy to win. Our rooks are just dominating, and we were able to finally push through. Going back to the beginning of the game, just some things that we did miss. Oh, I guess no. This is fine. I think bishop. I'm not sure where his bishop was supposed to go. Honestly, it says bishop e3 is fine. So I guess bishop e3 is fine. I played this, but wasn't necessary. Knight a4 just makes sense immediately, I guess. Knight a4 is actually really fine because, I mean, yeah, I'm threatening this, of course. Hard for him to come anywhere. Can't go to b6 right now because my queen is protecting it, or my knight is protecting it if he goes here. Just play b3. This knight is really nice because he can't play something like b5 just to kick it away. After b3, this is all fine. In fact, I don't really even need to play b3 because my queen is already protecting it. Maybe I just play rook c here. c1, that's also up there. After something like this, yeah, you're just asking me to play b3, which is I'm completely fine with. And it's kind of just transposing into the same thing. h6 is really interesting. Rook takes c7. Yeah, like this is hanging a piece or a pawn. After something like this, yeah, if you play something like this, it's all right. I have this knight g5 move. That's why I wanted to play h6. So just have this knight g5. I didn't realize how strong knight g5 was, but it's pretty strong. You can't play something like this again because after this here, bishop's in trouble. He has to go back. Let's say he goes. Let's say he goes here. Actually, he's at least outside the pawn chain. But then I have e6, and this knight is so strong. Pawn is so strong, and knight is so strong. Knight is threatening to just jump in here and just win the game like this with this amazing fork. Would just be crushing. So I guess playing a4, going to a4 faster was something, but it's all right. This was still fine. Over here, we had a way to just make sure his knight doesn't come there, and like this takes and bishop takes. Even for something like this, bishop f4 is actually amazing because I think I take with the pawn. It says take with the bishop actually, and I guess take with the bishop just makes it so that now we have this idea too. Both of these pawns are really weak. We have one pawn that kind of just holds all of these three pawns up together. So we maybe just play here, bring this knight here, and oh wow, we are just crushing. I mean, it's gonna be impossible to stop us. So that's a really nice way to actually play it. But we just went here, which is still fine. It's a bit simpler of a way to play. Bishop, this was played, but it's weird because if we're already sort of deciding to play on the queen side, especially with like opening this file and trying to double our rooks almost, or at least putting this rook up on c5, it feels like, yeah, we should be playing over here. And that makes sense because after something like rook c1, this is stuff that we should be doing. Rook c1, this is rook c8, knight e1 is amazing. And f6 is all right because we just bring our knight here, and it's great. If he just takes here, we can just take with the pawn, or we take with this piece. If we take with this piece, this is also really nice because we're opening up this bishop finally. Our bishop is actually good now. We can put this bishop right here. We have these amazing discovery ideas. Something like this. It says rook 5 to c3 is really interesting. I guess putting this bishop right here, and now all of a sudden it's just amazing. Bishop b6, bishop c5. You could go queen a5, just try to keep holding on this pin thing, but it doesn't really matter because now we can start rotating back over here. So maybe even this is an idea actually. No, this doesn't work because queen takes a2, and after something like this, oh, we just blundered a rook. But slowly we can start moving it over. If he doesn't play something like f6, instead if he just plays something like e6 again, like this is horrible because yeah, we played knight d3. Thinking of playing something like just like this, bringing this rook knight in here. That's the idea. It's very simple and just very winning. But there's some things that like I missed, but overall it was still a completely great game. We beat a 2065 rated player, and we're actually sitting at 2099 now. So just 1 point away. It's unfortunate, but just 1 point away from 2100. Once we hit 2100, it'll be nice. It will be nice. I'll be able to take a big sigh of relief. It'll be really nice. But that should be it for today's video. This was another, or not today's video, second video of today. The Sicilian defense, Nyezhmetdinov-Rossolimo. Very fun opening, and I recommend it to everybody. Goodbye, everybody.